Good yoga day. Hi, I'm Catherine, and I'm going to get a recording out here, so it'll be playing for you on the Lotus of the Moon Lifted Lotus Collective site. And just wanted to say hi. Hope you're having an awesome, awesome day, or it has been an awesome day, and you just want to close it out with some goodness for you. And that's what I want to do. So we're going to get into a gentle yoga practice tonight. It's not necessarily going to be easy, It gentle doesn't always mean easy. It just means gentle. So go ahead and get your mat out, bolster if you have one, or a big rolled up blanket, and a couple blocks or pillows. And if you have a strap, go ahead and have it by. I'm not sure if we're going to use it today or not, but sometimes I'm inspired and it just kind of comes in there. So we need to have it. Make sure you have some water and go ahead and find yourself drifting into your practice. We'll find it in a seated spot and I'll be right back with you in just a second. I'm just gathering my things. My doggy and my kitties are here, so we're good. All right. So give yourself a breath. I'm going to pull from my angels, gods, and goddesses cards today. Okay. Hi, Charlotte. Okay. Yeah. Also reminding you all that if there's a one-on-one or one-to-one practice that you would like to have, myself and the other teachers from the Lifted Lotus yoga group are available for those individual sessions. We're able to do those and do those. Just contact us, one of us, and we'll get you over to somebody. Okay. So I'm here at the inner home since we're still not able to get out to the studio in our group setting. So I hope this is doing what you need to do. And all donations that you do for the classes, we're sending much of that back into the studio just to keep the doors open. No classes means no revenue, and no revenue means no studio space, right? So let's keep those doors open for when we can get back into COVID, post-COVID gatherings. Yes, I hope you're well. Okay, so in a seated position, let's go ahead and start to get comfortable and take a breath. All right, I have some of my rose water just to kind of neutralize and love the air around me. It smells good. Get that from Lotus of the Moon. All right. And Angels, Gods, and Goddesses card today. Shuffled it. Maybe one more time. And let's see what we've got for the day. This one. There. How's that feel? Okay. Angel of New Life. Huh. So here's the card. All right. And it says, an exciting new chapter in your life is about to unfold. Cool. This handles some excitement. Angel of. I love this little guidebook that comes with the book or the deck. It's alphabetical, but you have to be really smart and read it in alphabetical. Okay, so for today's practice, Angel of New Life. The Angel of New Life is here to announce that a new chapter of your life is about to unfold. Over the coming days and weeks, you'll begin to feel a sense of renewed clarity, purpose, and direction. New, magical, exciting things begin to happen as you are intuitively guided to explore new avenues and possibilities in your life. Through this process, you will uncover aspects of yourself that you didn't know you had. Embrace the new, exciting period of your life and know that the past is now behind you. Your life is forever changing and you are forever evolving to ever greater spheres of light and love through the wondrous spirits of creation. Enjoy the journey and all the blessings coming your way. I love it. Perfect. I'll read it at the end too. Okay. What a wonderful card for the day. Here we sit on the brink of something new. Yeah. All right. All right. So seated position. Do a little bit of breath work here. Get the body settling in. Okay. So your legs can be long out in front of you or crossed, or maybe even sitting in hero's pose with the knees bent and your sits bones resting back on your heels. It's okay. You find what feels best for you. Have a bolster under your sits bones or a block. Just set. Start to set that intention, that dedication to this practice. And we'll get there in a minute. But let's set ourselves up to go right into that. Yes? Yeah. So just check in with your breath and close your eyes. You feel a nice rhythm, a heartbeat, a breath. Let your mind just slow down. It's okay. Check into you so you can do all those wonderful things that are coming your way. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Keep those lips sealed. Just let it flow. Don't force it. And just start to deepen that breath. Maybe sit a little taller and pull those shoulders back, straightening that spine. Allowing a little bit more air into those lungs. A little bit more light to shine within you. Yeah. Breath in and out. Maybe make your awareness float down to your feet. And as you're breathing in, you just draw it up your legs and kind of do a check-in with yourself. Just see how things are feeling. Maybe there's an injury or something that's a little tender. Just acknowledge it. Okay? Recognizing it. Maybe send a little more breath or love to it. Awareness is powerful. And your exhale just lets it glide out. It's a little softer. Okay? And just breathe in and out. Float that awareness through the body, that check-in. We'll scan. Come up to the shoulders and trickle down to the hands. Maybe finding a little bit of movement with the neck and the head. Any place that's tight, just let it go. Comes up to the head. Just allow yourself to be. Okay? No worries, no hurries. This is all for you. It's a space that you've created for you. Right. Breathe in and out. Starting to deepen that breath. Be even finding a box breath. Let's do that. All right. It's going to let our hands rest down on the tops of our thighs, or if you're lying down next to you on the mat. The shoulders be open and allowing those lungs to lift. All right. Now sit nice and tall here, or lay nice and long. And as you exhale, let all of your air go. I'm going to seal those lips and inhale through our nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Two more times. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now I want you just to try that on your own. Maybe you need to lick your lips. Okay? All the shoulders. Right? Do a couple cycles of Buck's breath on your own. I'm going to do it with you, but I'm not going to count. Okay? I'm just going to, in my head, and walk us through that. Okay? And when you're done, just settle back in. Okay? Let's bring that awareness back. How'd that feel? It's okay, right? Okay, good. Okay, now if you hear snoring, it's not me. My dog Annie's laying over here. And sometimes she's a good snorer, which is great for breath work, but it catches on the microphone. So don't get lulled into sleep. That's not where we're going, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and take a big breath and maybe wiggle those legs out nice and long out in front of you. Okay? And we're going to bring our hands up high overhead. If you're lying down, go ahead and bring yourself up into a seated position. And then exhale, bring those hands right into your heart center. Okay? Let's do that 2 more times. Just imagine that you're scooping all that light and that love and that energy and anything that you need to replenish your cup. And you push it, draw it, bring it into you. Okay? Last time. Scoop like you're rolling a big light snowball. Love, air, flowers, whatever it is that makes you feel good. And bring those hands into your heart center. Set your intention, your dedication to your practice, what's going on, your day. Maybe something you want to do between now and the next 6 months that you're working on. Kindness, whatever. Okay? And when you've set that intention, and it feels like something you can remember, simple, say it to yourself 3 times. And then press those palms together. And with a big inhale, we're going to push our hands up high. Let your gaze open, your eyes follow. Reach those hands up nice and long. And exhale, release, bringing them down to your lap. Let your fingers come to the top of your thighs. And roll those shoulders up and down and back. How are you feeling? Yeah, good day, right? Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of twists. You know, I like to do that. It just gets the body, the torso, thinking about moving and warming up. Okay, and I have both of my cats here, so we might have to do kitty yoga. Well, who knows, right? So in a cross-leg position, hero's pose, legs out in front of you, you choose, all right? I'm going to bring our hands to the tops of our thighs. And then I'm going to do is take my left hand and walk it over to my right thigh. And walk the right hand behind me, pushing it in nice and flat into the earth and scooting that arm in as close to my spine, almost like another spine, a kickstand. I'm not leaning back in it. I'm sitting nice and tall. And this is just going to do is support me. So I'm getting the best benefit for this pose. All right, we're going to inhale up and exhale. Just kind of lean, not lean into that hand, but just kind of look over that right shoulder. Take a breath in, lift the chin just a little bit, maybe twist a little deeper into that right shoulder. Not losing the height. One more time, breath in. And exhale, looking over that right shoulder, steepening it, what feels best for you. And slowly bring yourself back into center. Let the hands return to the knees, the thighs, and roll those shoulders up and down and back. Nice work. All right. We find stillness, go to the opposite side. Right hand to left thigh. And again, the left hand, it just kind of walks behind you and scooch that arm in as close to your body as you can. Palms flat. We're going to inhale up and exhale without dumping into that hand. Looking over that left shoulder. Keep that height. Lift your chin just a little bit. Breathe in. Exhale out. Turn a little more twist. One more time. Breath in. Exhale, twist. Oh my gosh. All right, and then gently bring yourself back up into center. Let the fingers rest on your thighs and roll those shoulders. Big shoulder roller, okay? I get the crinkles in this morning. My shoulder's talking to me, okay? We're going to find stillness. And I want you to just to kind of let your hands just drift, drape wherever they feel good. But have those elbows in close to your body, okay? And I want us to all just draw that chin in toward our chest. Sitting tall here, okay? Start to feel the upper neck, maybe down in between the shoulder blades. You might even feeling it sliding down toward the base of the spine. It's a little bit of a stretch here. Take a breath in. Feel the shoulders open and that spine and back of the ribs open. And exhale, release. Okay. One more breath in here. One more breath out. Oh, that feels good. Okay. And then gently, let's just bring the chin back up into neutral. Now what we're going to do is let the back of the head hang heavy. Just taking it nice and easy this day. It's morning when I'm recording this, all right? Look up to the sky. And let those breaths move in and out. You might even want to open your mouth. Make it a big, full-mouthed, open breath. Sometimes that's nice. Just let the breath flow in and out of you. Okay. And then with your next inhale, bring the chin back into center. Nice and straight here. Okay. And then we're going to drop the right ear over to the right shoulder. Now be mindful that you don't lift that left shoulder way up high. We want to keep it nice and flat. Okay. So if you did, just bring yourself back into start and do it again. Okay. All right. Just feeling a little bit of love in that neck and the shoulders. All right. And then inhale, bring the head back into center and let the left ear drift over to that left shoulder. Mindful of that right shoulder. Don't let it pop up. Let it settle down. Okay. So a nice little stretch on the outside of the neck down into the thoracic muscles that support our shoulders. Yeah. All right. Inhale, bring yourself into center. Okay. Now here what I want you to do is just gently now draw that chin down toward your chest. Maybe you feel your shoulders roll in a little bit, and that's okay. Okay. All right. And then slowly we're going to bring the ear on the right side over to the right shoulder. And then slowly drop the back of the head back. Rotating our neck, bringing the left ear to the left shoulder. And the chin back down into center. Now just kind of connect those dots. Right, back, left, center. Do it a couple, 3 times. All right. Maybe even finding the jaw separate, letting those teeth relax. Okay. And when you finish that second or third or 10th cycle, however many you feel to do, let the chin hang heavy at your chest. I'm going to the other direction. Fair is fair, right? So the chin's hanging heavy. We're going to bring the left ear to the left shoulder. The back of the head heavy, eyes to the sky. Right ear to the right shoulder. And the chin down. And just finding those nice, easy left, back, right circles. Center. Do 2, 3, 4 times. Whatever feels best. Nice and easy. Not rushing it. I'm just letting all those muscles in my neck and my shoulders get some love. Feeling it into my low back. And when you finished it, that last cycle, just let the chin hang nice and long down toward your chest. And then we're gently going to walk our fingers out toward the front of us. This can be the top of your mat or on the carpet or the floor wherever you're practicing. Just kind of see. Okay. Now, everybody's mobility is different here. And it might feel good just to have your hands right there, right in front of your legs. Just kind of leaning forward. And then you start to inchworm those hands out, leaning forward, letting the belly and the thighs come closer together. Okay? Maybe you bend the elbows a little bit, but you trust what feels best for you. Okay? We walk the hands out just a little further and we draw that chin in toward our chest. Okay? Give your head a little gentle no nod back and forth. And tap it up and bring it into center and find a yes, up and down. Okay. All right, now slowly I want you just to walk your fingers back just a little bit. Just kind of inhale a bit. All right, and then we're going to slide back down. Maybe taking it a little deeper. Bring that chin in toward the chest. And here we're going to add on a little bit. Let's walk that right hand over to the right top corner. And then maybe bring the left hand over. Maybe touching the right hand or crossing over and tapping the back of the hand. Bring the chin in. Okay. A little bit of a side body stretch on that left side. Okay. I can feel it down into my hip. Oh my golly. Right? And then just gently start to walk yourself back up into center, bringing those hands into the middle, maybe even relieving a little bit, coming up, finding a little bit of a scoop in that low back. And then we're going to go back down, nice and easy. Okay, nothing crazy. Pull the chin in, gently walk that left hand over the left top corner, and let the right hand chase it. Coming over to the side, maybe right on top, drawing the chin in. Okay. Maybe just taking that right hand a little bit deeper, feeling a little more stretch. Keep the sits bones nice and seated on the earth. Yeah. Oh, that feels so good, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Just kidding. All right. Slowly walk yourself back up. Bring those hands back into center. And then maybe this time, bring the elbows a little closer to the earth. And you don't have to have your chin in. Maybe it feels good to just kind of lift your chin up, like straight ahead. I can feel that. Yeah, okay. And then I want to drop that chin in toward the chest. Just go to where you can go today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Right? And you know me, there's no competition in yoga. It's just inspiration. Right? Yeah, okay. Palms to the earth. Gently. Just press into them and walk yourself up. We're going to bring those hands back behind us onto the earth. Okay? I don't bet you, but my legs are getting a little cranky. So what I'm going to do is unbend my knees and bring my feet to the earth. The soles of my feet are on the earth. And I'm actually going to turn a little bit sideways. Okay? Set up my camera a little bit different this morning, but I wanted to get the full benefit of my fireplace. I don't know. Okay. So here we are. I think I'll leave Charlotte to the mat for a couple of minutes. She's enjoying it. Okay. And the thing is that usually at home, you don't have to have your mat blanket out. You could just do this right out in the middle of the carpet, right? Yeah. Okay. Um, so I got my feet on the mat. Okay. Knees are bent. Feet are hip distance apart. Okay. Maybe a little wider. Right, you're just going to get comfy. And you notice that I just kind of rolled my hands behind me and dropped them onto the earth. Spread the hands nice and wide. Okay? Not putting too much weight into the shoulders and to the elbows. Okay? We're kind of rocking side to side. Right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm gently going to find stillness on the chest, my shoulders, and then slowly I'm going to add the knees. Just a little windshield wipering. Okay? Back and forth. Maybe take an inhale and bring the head up, looking at the sky. The chin maybe trails the same way as the knees. If that doesn't feel good, just explore. Okay, giving you permission. It's your practice. Okay, all right. Now this time, I want you to do is bring those knees into center once you've gone both directions. And what we're going to do is drop the knees over to the right. Okay, and we're just going to kind of hold them here. You might want to separate the feet really crazy wide, or maybe stack the legs on top of each other. But play here a little bit, okay? All right, and your next inhale, bring those feet to the earth. The knees come to the sky. Scoot your bum. I'm always woven. And then lower the knees over to the left, okay? Again, adjusting the legs, finding what feels best for you, okay? Just a little bit of a stretch here, all right? Kind of a deer pose stretch. Yeah, okay? Knees back into center. We're going to add on, all right? And I'm going to scooch back just a little bit to give you a little more camera room, okay? So, still in that same pose, and feet are repositioned back to hip distance, a little wider for me today, okay? My hips are tight. And my hands are behind me. Okay, now I'm going to do is draw my knees over to the right. You can stay right here if you want, but I'm going to add on by bringing that left hand up and around and kind of twisting. So there's a lot of weight, a lot of my body pressure onto that right thigh. Okay. And my hands are holding me, but I'm staying up. All right. Keeping that chin up, straightening that spine, taking a big breath in and letting that breath just love the inside of me, just like it's doing for you, okay? Feeling all that healing, all that opening, it is working, okay? Right, with your next breath in, press into that right hand and lift the left hand. Kind of feeling fun there? Yeah? Okay. What I'm going to do is, can I get ourselves recentered if you shift it a bit? I always do. Okay, feet on the mat, hands behind me. I'm going to drop the knees over to the left and swing that right hand up and over if I want. Okay, if you want to just stay with the knees over to the left, do that. Okay. And take a breath in and lift up like somebody's pulling a chain from the top of your head. Nice and strong there. Feeling it. Adjust the knees a little bit. Maybe they need to be moved. It's okay. Get whatever feels best. Heal you. Stronger. All right. Press into that left hand and bring the right hand up and around. Now, somebody asked me a while back about doing all these easy poses. Well, they said they were easy. And I said, the best foundation for any yoga practice is knowing exactly where you need to start and knowing how your body reacts to the starting positions. Because once you have those starting positions down, then everything else comes easier. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the other side. Knees to the right. Left hand up and around. Stay on your hands nice and long if you want, lifting up through that chest. Maybe you want to add on and drop down onto those forearms. Okay. Just let the elbows take the heat. The hands are nice and flat, maybe even rolling the wrists. But we're continuing to lift through that spine, keeping that chin up, looking straight ahead of you. I'm feeling this up in the left. Oh, I don't know. It's kind of in the hip, not quite the hip flexor, but I'm feeling it. Okay. That tells me I've not been using those muscles as I need to. Maybe been abusing them. All right. Go ahead and bring your hands back to the mat. If you went down, straightening the arms, lifting, and bring that left hand up and around. Back into center, finding the knees to the center, hands behind you. Okay? Ready? Let's go to the left. Right hand up and around. Stay up here if you want. No worries, okay? Don't have to come down. Know that your body's a little different on each side. But then if you want, drop down. Drop down onto those forearms, okay? Again, lift. Bring that chin up. Maybe the knees feel a little heavy. And maybe this side feels a little different than the other. And that's okay. All right? We got it. Oh, it feels so good. I'll see you tomorrow here. This one's another one I like to do too. Yeah. Okay. So bring the hands to the earth. Straighten up those arms and give yourself a breath right here. Don't be in a rush. Right? And then swing that right hand up into center. Repositioning, centering it up. Success is yours. All right? Okay. Now we're going to go one more time. You can go to any of those stopping points that you want, or you can go a little deeper, your choice, okay? So we've got our feet on the mat, knees to the sky, and the hands are behind us. Drape those knees over to the right, and swing that left hand up and around. Gotta get myself turned here a bit, okay? Hands are straight, those arms are straight. You can lift, maybe drop down onto the elbows, because that felt pretty good last time, okay? All right, you can, any of those are all perfect, but if you want, here you can do is just kind of press into the earth with the hands and drop your belly all the way down. Now I've got my microphone on, so hopefully it doesn't make too much clunky noises. But I like this pose because I just kind of become one with my mat. My chest is down, the side of my ear is down. Maybe you want to plant your nose and chest, your forehead down on the mat. Or maybe turn your knees opposite the direction of your eyes opposite the direction of your knees, okay? This is what feels best for you, your spine, and everything today. Okay, don't worry what you did yesterday. Focus on today. Right, I'm going to do is turn and bring my right ear down so that my eyes are looking the same direction on my knees. That's just a little more comfortable for my spine this morning. You feel that breath just roll through you? I do. Yeah, okay. Maybe not? All right, so gently bring your chin into center and bring those hands under your shoulders and just start to walk the elbows. See, we kind of go backward and just work our way up. And then do the hands. And then bring that left hand up and around. Yay. I love that posture. Great. Gotta go to the left, and then we'll finish this up. All right. So center up, knees over to the left, right hand up and around, stopping where you need. And recognize, like I said, if one side feels a little tight or tender or just doesn't want to do it, go to where it feels best. Okay? Mirroring is really good, doing both sides equal, but sometimes we have an injury, or sometimes we have a really strong side and a side that's needing a little extra work. So work your way in. Okay? Maybe bringing your head all the way down. Oh my gosh. See you tomorrow, guys. Yeah. Just kind of testing here, seeing if you want your eyes going the same direction of the knees or chin on the mat or maybe opposite. Okay, all feels best. This is not quite a restorative pose, but it is. We use one very similar to this in my restorative classes. I guess you could use this as a restorative if you didn't have a bolster. Yeah. Okay, give yourself 2 more breaths here. Nice big breaths. Fill up that back lung part. Let it slide down into your hips, down into the legs. And then the next breath in, I want you to kind of work your elbows under your shoulders and start to bring yourself up. Nice and easy. And then to the hands. Nice and easy. And lift and bring that right hand up and around. Yeah? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, you ready? Ready? Okay. So we're going to do is just nice and slowly, just going to sit yourself up. I want to do a stretch, a little bit of the back and those hips. I want you to find a seated butterfly. Okay, so turning sideways just so you can see. And if you have a couple blocks and maybe tight hips, this might be a super sweet place to have those blocks close by. Okay, so I've got my blocks on each side. And I'm going to do is find my sits bones there. Before I get too crazy, I'm just going to bend my knees, bring the soles of my feet together. Okay. And I'm just going to see how does that feel. I'm making this little diamond here as big or as little as I want. Does not matter. This is all you, okay? I'm not going to say it has to be super tight or super loose. You just kind of feel where the legs want to come together. And if you're feeling a little uncomfortable here, maybe in the inside of the thighs or the outside of the thighs, this is where those blocks come into place. You can just kind of lift up your thigh a little bit and tap them here. If you don't have blocks, a couch pillow, those little corner couch pillows, they work great too because they're pretty bulky and they'll support. The whole idea is just to kind of let the muscles soften and relax. We're not having to work so hard. They're just there, okay? So, and you know what? And if you don't need them, you don't have to have them. Maybe they just kind of are there, right? So what I want you to do is just kind of see how this feels, right? That feels pretty good. It's a little taller. Maybe pull the belly button in so you can feel a little bit more of that core engage. Belly button and spine are working. Right? The shoulders coming up and down and back. A little taller here. Maybe adjust those blocks if you still have them there. Right? And then take your fingers and just let them come to the top of your knees. Maybe inside that diamond, the legs. Just find a place that your hands are there to support. Breath in and out. And then slowly, what I'm going to do is just kind of lean forward just a little bit. Just kind of bringing that nice, beautiful, strong, straight spine forward. Okay, don't curl forward. I want you to lean forward. Keep your chin up. Right. Maybe walk your fingers closer to your heels. Can you? Try it. Maybe the tops of the feet. Okay. Now here, just kind of straight spine, but bring that chin in toward your chest. Just a little. Maybe looking down toward your toes. Okay. Move the head left and right. Back into center and a yes, up and down. Feeling it in different places. Yes. Okay. And gently. And push your palms onto the earth, into your feet, wherever they're anchored to you. and push your back into a big lazy ice cream scoop. Rolling those shoulders in, dropping that chin in, just flexing that spine, almost like a seated cat. Yeah? All right. Now gently, just power up those hands and those arms, and we'll start to kind of scoop opposite the spine, bringing the shoulders forward, lifting that chin, and feeling that opposite scoop, almost that seated cow. Yeah. Oh, I can do this again. Let's do it. Okay. And just kind of roll through it. As you are finding that seated cat, your exhale is leaving the body. Yeah. And then you inhale, bring it forward, nice and slow. Nice and slow. Okay. And if you have it in you and you want to do it one more time, go ahead. I'm going to do it one more time. But speed it up just a little bit. Doesn't have to be so slow. Okay. Finishing with that nice, big, beautiful seated cow and butterfly. Getting all the animals involved today. Okay. And bring yourself back into center. Let the hands come up to the knees and the head come up over. All right. And I'm just going to scooch those blocks off to the side. Take my fingers to the outside edges of my knees. Heel toe my feet out just a little bit and bring the knees up into center. Okay. And here, just give yourself a hug. Bring the hands down to the tops of the shins, or maybe let your arms drape, grabbing opposite elbows underneath your thighs. Dropping the chin in. Feeling heavy. Not exposed, but open. Yeah. Resetting things. Feels good. Okay. Fingers to the earth. Move the blocks out of the way. Let's get onto our mats. We're going to find a tabletop. Okay. So make sure you get your blocks and your bolsters and your blankets, everything off. Just the mat right now. Okay. All right. If you have any cats or dogs there, you might want to scoot them out of the way. They might get grumpy at you. And if they do get grumpy, you just say, sorry. Okay? Yeah. Okay. If you need to put an extra blanket underneath your knees, go ahead and do that. Since I'm on the carpet, I don't need to because I can feel the padding. But, if we're on a hard floor, sometimes you need it. Or if your knees need it. Okay? So just put a blanket or a towel underneath your knees. We're going to find that tabletop. Put the knees underneath the hips. The legs are scooting straight back with the tops of the feet on the mat. Don't roll your toes just yet. We'll get there, okay? So we're just kind of let things be soft here. And then we're going to move in and bring our hands into this by finding the spread fingers and the thumbs slightly tucked in, okay? And we want to find a good posture here. And when you don't have any mirrors, sometimes you just got to do your best. What do I think I look like? Okay? So now what I think I look like right now is that I'm really pressing into my palms and I'm actually pushing my spine through the shoulder blades up. So what I want you to do is just take a breath, if you feel that too, is drop your chin in toward your chest and so your eyes are on the mat. And we're going to soften through those shoulder blades, flattening the back. Okay, you might even feel your hips move up just a little bit. That's okay. All right? That's a nice tabletop. All right? Now we're going to flow into a cow by softening the belly and pushing the hips and the head and shoulders up. Okay, that India cow. The hands are really cushioning here. The knees are really supporting. And as you exhale, find that cat. Tucking the hips, tucking the chin, pushing and touching your spine to the sky. Just like a Halloween cat. Okay? Now big inhale, move into your cow. Filling all the air up as you find that full expression of cow. And as you exhale, full expression of exhale, find the cat. Okay? So good for our adrenals, so good for that fight or flight, all those crazies flow into cow. Full lungs, full open cow. Exhale, back into that kitty cat. Squeeze every drop of air out. And you find that deepest part of the cat. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Just flowing it. I like to do them a little slow, really just to really figure out what's going on with my body. One more time. And one more exhale into that cat. Yeah, feels good. Okay. So slowly, let's find our way onto that tabletop. Make sure you haven't shifted too much, okay? And what we're going to do is drop down onto our elbows. Bring them right underneath the shoulders and kind of just interlace your fingers, all right? And what we're going to do is find a little bit of a melting heart here, okay? Now, melting heart is also called puppy dog in a couple of the different practices. It just depends on what you're doing, but they're pretty much the same benefit, okay? So, elbows are kind of under the shoulders to protect, right? And then just start to draw your forehead and chest closer down to the earth. We're going to keep those hips up over the knees, all right? And if you have that block or a bolster and you want to slide it underneath here, maybe just for your own mobility, your own confidence, you can do that, okay? I'm not going to do that this morning. I'm just going to let my shoulders, let's take a little bit of this. We're getting some strength in those shoulders too doing this, all right? Just breathe here and then just lift up just a little bit. We're going to actually walk our hands out a little bit more, separating them. I'm going to find thread the needle. So what I'm going to do is put some weight into this left elbow, into the left knee, and I'm going to bring my right arm up. And then gently take that hand on that right side and slide it into this little spot over here on the left side, dropping onto the right shoulder and sticking that hand out underneath, just like I thread a needle. Now, if you want to walk your left hand out a little bit, so the arm's straight, get a little more stretch on that, you can. I'm going to push the right shoulder into the earth, the right cheek. Right. You can stay right here if you'd like, or you can even add on by lifting that left hand and bringing the left hand to the back on the right hip, finding a half bind. Yeah, feels pretty good. It's a little bit of stretch for the shoulders, opening, allowing the breath in the lungs to just expand, right? And if you took that half bind, go ahead and bring it back down to the earth and plant the palm. Can I just get it ready because we're going to unthread that right hand to lifting it up and maybe really opening up and settling it back down onto the earth. And if you want to drop down onto your elbows, maybe do a, I don't know, a melting heart cat-cow. You can, right? Or not. What I'm going to do is go the other side. So here we have our right hand. Maybe walk it out a little bit. Elbows supporting us, knees supporting us. I'm going to lift that left hand up and gently draw it underneath on the right side, dropping that left shoulder, left side of the face, and that left hand is scooched out on the right side, maybe even straightening out that right arm. Just getting a nice big stretch, feeling it in these muscles that support between the ribs and the shoulders down into the hips. Yeah, they feel good. We sit so much. Any way that we can get out of those sitting postures is just a benefit for our life. Okay, maybe taking that half bind by lifting the right hand and tucking it into the left hip if you'd like, only. Right? Oh. And then whenever you're ready, lifting and dropping that right hand back down to the earth, getting it ready as we press into the palm and lift up, lifting that left hand up high and dropping back down, back onto the elbows. Maybe even getting all fancy here and finding happy baby. No, excuse me, not happy baby. You just find our little restorative posture here, pushing the hips back toward the heels. And just reaching out. Yeah. Letting everything reset. Okay. And then slowly I want you to rock forward onto the knees and elbows and bring your way down into a belly down Shavasana. Whoa. Oh, okay. Now we're going to find a little bit of back stretch support, if you will, okay? So you might have noticed if you took a peek at me that I decided to do the sunbathing goddess pose. I don't know what it's called, but this is what it is actually. I always think it's funny. So I'm going to just make sure that my belly button and my pelvic bone are right down on the mat, nice and flat. And I have my elbows under my shoulders. I'm going to just kind of get myself ready because I'm going to separate my feet to the bottom corners of my mat. My legs are really heavy onto the mat. Tops of the feet are on the mat. Okay. And then my elbows, they just went under my shoulders, and I'm just going to slowly separate the elbows a little bit and bring the chest down to the earth. Okay. And then let your chin come down. Okay. And the forehead. You bring your arms down alongside your body. Palms can be up. Okay. And you're just resting here. Full flint all the way down onto the mat. Okay. All right. Now lift up a little bit and bring that right ear to the right, to the mat. Just press the right ear and cheek, looking over your left shoulder. Maybe flex your fingers. Okay. And then bring the chin back into center and turn and bring the left ear over to the mat. Look into the right. Flex those fingers one more time. Maybe even tap your toes. Yeah, you got it. My kitty's playing with my microphone. You silly girl. All right. And then nice and slowly, let's go ahead and bring that chin back into center. And I want you to bring your hands right under your shoulders. Spread those fingers really, really wide. Like you were getting ready to do a chaturanga, which we're not going to do. But we're going to do a little bit of love through that core. Okay? So my hands are spread. Thumbs are slightly tucked up, almost like they're right underneath the shoulder crease where the armpit comes together. And I've got my hands nice and wide. Okay? Tucking those elbows super, super close to your body. Okay? Now push the tops of your feet into the mat. I'm really anchoring the front of our body into the mat. Right? Now, as you breathe in, I want you to push your hands into the earth. And inhale. And bring yourself up to your belly button. Just the shoulders up. Kind of tucking the elbows in. Stretching. Okay, finding a little bit of a baby cobra here. Yeah, legs are open. That's okay. If you want to separate it or bring them in closer, you can. Nice and slowly exhale and bring that chin down. Okay. If you need to adjust your hands or the feet a little bit, you find what feels best for you. Okay. Let the chin touch. That's your reset. Okay. And your next breath in. Let's inhale up. Lift up. Really push that belly button, that pelvic bone into the earth. Maybe lift your hands just a little bit. Keep the height. Let the hands come back down and gently drift the front of your body all the way down. Chin down. Elbows are kind of soft here. All right. One more time. Maybe walk the hands out just a little bit. All right. Are you ready? Big inhale. Lift up. Really use that spine. Lift the hands. Lift the chin. Count to 3, 2, 1. Hands back down. Slowly, slowly bring yourself all the way down. Let the chin touch. Roll and bring that right cheek to the mat. Let the hands come down by your hips. Maybe walk your feet in. Maybe even bend the knees and windshield wiper those knees left and right. Okay? That feels good. Yeah. Okay? And then bring the chin back into center. You can still be wiggling those knees if you need. And then go to the right with the eyes. Okay? Yeah. All right. Beautiful work. Nice and easy. Okay, bring your chin back into center. Gently drop one foot and then the other. All right. Okay. So here we're going to do is going to bring those hands back up toward our shoulder. And make sure you're on your mat, okay? Because we're going to actually use the corners of our mat as a guide, okay? You laughed when I said make sure on your mat because I know you are, right? So here what I want you to do is walk, take a peek, and make sure that the toes are pointing down toward the corners. Separate a little bit. Tops of the feet are there, okay? And then what we're going to do is just pop up a little bit and bring those elbows right underneath our shoulders. Now you're up, not ready to, not down on our tummy. You can be bent a little bit. But we're going to find a Sphinx pose. Okay, so kind of bring the shoulders down. Spread the fingers out toward the top of the mat. And then inhale. Bring yourself up. Just press into your elbows and those forearms. Okay. Take a nice big stretch here. Lift the chin. Right. And then gently just bring yourself down. Maybe press into the hands and let the chest return. Okay. Now low back goes, hey. Right? Right. Okay, so then press the hands. One elbow in, one elbow in. Bring yourself back into that beginning Sphinx pose. Nothing hard. And then inhale, bring yourself up. Maybe coming up a little bit higher, lifting those shoulders back. And if you're there and this feels good, maybe take a peek over your left shoulder. And back into center and over that right shoulder. Okay, back into center. And then gently, just gently melt back into the mat. I just like to walk my elbows out just a little bit. Just pop them out. Okay? Okay, now we're going to do this one more time. You can add on, or you can stay right in Sphinx. You choose, okay? All right. Know you. Hands are on the mat. Push into them and slowly walk the elbows in toward right underneath the shoulders. Okay. As you did that, your body, the chest starts to lift up. Start to press through the pelvic bone into the mat. The tops of the feet are supporting you. You can stay right here in Sphinx if you want. Or if you want, press those hands in and lengthen up the arms coming into seal. Okay, if this is too much for your back, you drop back down onto your elbows, finding Sphinx. Okay, either spot I want you to do is bring your eyes over that left shoulder. Give me a wink. Bring your chin into center. Give me your eyes over that right shoulder and give me another wink. Right, back into center. And gently, if you're up on seal, bring yourself down into Sphinx. Lengthen it up. Hands on the mat. Drop the chin down. Keep the chin neutral. Maybe even walk the fingers under the chin to support you. And bend those knees. Bring the feet up. And windshield wiper left and right. You got this. Okay. Make them real heavy or slow. Okay. Just letting the back reset. Okay. And then just paddle those feet back down. Bring your chin down. Bring the fingers to the shoulders. And move yourself back to a nice big stretch through the spine. Opening up. Okay. And then slowly make your way into tabletop. Yeah. Okay. And slowly, if you'd like, tuck those back toes. Because the only toes we have are our back toes. And we're going to hoist our way up into down dog. Nothing crazy here this morning. All right? Maybe spread those fingers nice and wide and push the heels into the earth. And if you've got a minute, paddle your feet, moving your knees in and out a little bit. Okay? Pushing the hips up. Okay? Sashaying a little bit left and right on those hips. Yeah, shifting the weight. Okay, now slowly I want you to do is just bend your knees a bit. Start to walk into the center of your mat. Okay? We're going to bring the hands in. We're going to find our way. Excuse me, I got to pull my shirt up and down. There we go. We're going to bring our way into center. Okay, now I want to find that lovely little chair skiers pose that I like to do so much. So my feet are right underneath my hips. Spread them nice and wide. I'm even lifting my toes to make sure that my feet are really anchored in there. And I've dropped my arms right onto my thighs. So I'm supporting my low back, because sometimes our low backs get cranky. And that's a lot of times the hamstrings. It's all connected in here, and the sciatic. Everything's connected, right? So with my hands just supporting me, my arms, my forearms are on my thighs. I'm a lot stronger here, right? And you can pivot your weight a little bit left and right if you want. Okay? And you can get creative if you want. If this feels good, you want to stay right here and give that head a heavy nod shake, moving it side to side. Or you can just start to explore a little bit, see what else you got in the tank, right? We start to push the hips up and find a dangle or modified forward fold just by letting the arms hang out in front of you. Starting to straighten the legs. Okay, keeping the belly and the thighs closer together. Yeah, okay. And you can pause as far as your movement, or if you want to just shift a little bit, you can. But I want you to do is keep that head heavy. Maybe the top of the head's pointing to the mat. Okay? Let the neck muscles relax here. Doesn't that feel good? You can give it a head, a no nod. Give your head a shake. Yeah. Right? And if you've got it and you want to, because you can grab opposite elbows, find that ragdoll or that dangle. Okay, maybe even taking the hands behind the knees and kind of squeezing the chest and thighs together. Or just resume and come back into that little crouch chair, that little skier's pose. Okay? There's so many options here. You can modify, you can intensify. And do it for you. This isn't doing it for anybody but you. Okay? So slowly, what I want you to do is just kind of start to find stillness. And we're going to start to grow ourselves into a standing position. And don't go fast. Start to straighten the legs. And then just draw the body up. Adjust your clothing because they always fall. Yeah. Okay. Feels good. All right. So face the top of your mat. Face the camera, however you want. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come into a standing pose. We're just about, we got just about 10 minutes here, I guess. So what I want you to do is come into a standing pose. We're going to walk the heels in just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. They don't have to touch, but if you want them to, they can. Okay. Stand tall in that tall Tadasana, that mountain pose. It feels so good. The shoulders roll up and down and back, and the hands open alongside ourselves. Feel nice and strong through your legs and your core. The chin. Standing feels good. Standing feels good when we've got everything else warmed up. Yeah. Okay. All right. So here, put those eyes open. I want you to not look down at your feet. No, what you just did is looked at your feet, right? Ha. Okay, so don't look at your feet. Look straight ahead. All right? And I want you to push that little pad area in the front of your foot behind the toes into the mat. And then push your heels in. Okay? Got that? Now don't look at your feet. Lift your toes. Okay? And slowly drop your toes back down. Whoa! What's going on there? Maybe you need to separate your feet because we're going to do that again. Can I get them? We're going to there. All right? Get those wiggles. So look straight. Don't look at your feet. Okay? Push the pads, that little fleshy part of the pad of the foot, into the mat. And then the heels. Feel the muscles in your legs work. Lift your toes. Lift them up. Really engaging everything. Settle those toes down. Keep your feet nice and connected to the earth. Stay still here. Shoulders up. And bring those hands up high overhead. And keep your palms together. What let's just do is leave that left hand up. Bring that right hand down your right side body. And find a little bit of a half moon. Push that left hip up, out. Left shoulder back. Lift the chin. Let that right arm drape down the right leg. Yeah. Inhale back into center. See how your feet are supporting you? Leave the right hand. Let the left hand come down. And gently, gently, gently bring that right hand toward the left side. And the right hip and shoulder up and back. Yeah. Feels good. One more time. Inhale up into center. This time interlace those fingers. Okay. And flip the palm. Reach to the sky with those palms. And we just find a little bit of a push forward with the hips. Nothing crazy. This isn't a crazy back bend. Just a little bit of one. Okay. And inhale to center. Soften your knees and start to bring your forearms down to the thighs. Finding that nice easy forward fold like we did the last time. Maybe let the arms rest on your thighs or let your hands come down to the mat. Okay. Dangle, ragdoll, chin's heavy. Okay. You choose what feels best. Okay. Just resetting the spine. That's all we're doing. Right? Slowly find stillness. Bring those hands up the legs. Up into Tadasana one more time. Shoulders rolling up and back. Setting yourself up. We're going to do this one more time. Adding a little more. And then we're going to come down into down dog, pigeon, and then wrap her up. Okay. Hands up high. Maybe keeping the fingers interlaced. Or doing that one arm option. I'm going to interlace my fingers and keep them up. So I'm going to lift up. Feet are really anchored in. And I'm going to exhale, push my left hip over. Draw those right hands over to the right. Keep that left shoulder back and lift the chin just a little bit. Feels good. Inhale to center. Everything resets. And we go hands to the left. Hip and shoulder on the right. Nice little scoopy curve there. Inhale to center. Okay, now half, a little bit of a back bend. You can just Either bring the hands to the low back or you can bring them up over, just pushing the hips forward. But if you want to go a little deeper, you might want to separate your feet just a skosh. When I inhale up, when I exhale, just push those hips forward. I've got my feet really, really anchored. Just feeling a nice big line, drawing it on the ceiling tile, opening up. I'm not going real deep this morning. I haven't done this for a while. Inhale back into center, bending my knees, bring the elbows down to the thighs. Just catching myself. Letting my hands come down to the earth. Straightening up, finding a nice easy forward fold. Supporting, loving, doing whatever I need, okay, to make myself successful today. Head no nod. Head yes shake. Got it? All right, bring those fingers down to the mat. Gently walk yourself back out into down dog. Okay? And if you're not sure if you're in the right down dog, drop down onto your knees, find your tabletop. That's a perfect starting point, right? And then pop into down dog. You got it, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into pigeon. So all I want you to do is to push that left foot into the mat. Now if you want to do pigeon on your back, just come down onto your knees into tabletop and roll over onto your back. And what we can do is we're going to straighten out that right leg just a little bit and scooch the right knee behind the right wrist. On your back, you're just going to roll over and bend your left knee and bring the top of the right foot to the top of the left knee. Okay? Kind of find in figure 4. Now I'm in pigeon. Got my right knee behind my right wrist. My left leg's nice and long. And I have a cat in front of me. So you're going to stay there or not? I think she's staying. Okay, so you can do is stay right here, dropping down onto the elbows, and maybe putting a block or bolster right under your chest. And just feel yourself open right here. Okay, melting down into pigeon. Pulling the right toes in toward the knee. Letting your breath just float through you and get soft. Anything that no longer serves you, if it's still in your pocket, let it go. Okay. All right. Give yourself 3 more breaths here. Maybe move that forehead on the mat, finding a little bit of love for that third eye right behind the forehead and that pituitary gland. Feels so good. 1 more breath. And then gently just bring yourself into stillness, walking those hands up under the shoulders, lifting up. All right, we're going to tuck the left toes and straighten out that right leg. Okay. Dropping it down to the mat, maybe walking your dog a little bit. If you're on your back, just straighten out the legs and find movement. And then we're going to go to the other leg. So let's go ahead and push the right foot in, lift the left toes, and bring that left knee to the left wrist. Pigeons on your back. Just bend the right knee and bring the side of the left foot to the top of the right knee there. There we go. Okay. Pigeon, you're going to straighten out that right leg. Left knee's on the outside of the hip. Stay right here. This feels good. And pulling those the left toes in toward the knee. And then dropping down onto the elbows and forearms. Just inching your way into that pigeon. Okay? Just recognizing anything that's just feeling awesome. Maybe needs a little breath of love. You choose. Okay? Bring the forehead all the way down. Massaging that forehead. And sometimes if you can't get there because you got a cat underneath you, stack your fists and bring those fists right under your forehead. Move that third eye on the top of that fist back and forth. That works too. Okay? It's just making connection. Being mindful. One more big breath here. And then just gently bring the hands under the shoulders. Push yourself up. Tucking the right toes. Finding that down dog. I'm shifting my leg a little bit. Wiggling and moving. pigeons on your back. Just go ahead and stay there as we're going to drop into our knees from our down dog and roll the feet out in front of us. Grab a block. Yeah, we'll grab a block real quick and give you 3 minutes of yogi playtime. Okay, so I'm going to do my yogi playtime this morning. That includes a block and includes a cat. So my block is going to come down into my low back. And, if you don't have a block, you can still do a little bit of bridge lifts if you want. So um, one of the ways to do it is with the block is you're going to bring the heels closer to your sits bones. You're going to take your block and put it into the middle. This is kind of the number 2 position. Push those heels in and lift up and slide the block underneath that hip area, no lower than your tailbone, no higher than the tops of your hips. And it's personal. It's not the perfect spot for everybody. It's what feels best for you. Okay? But if this is too much or if it doesn't feel right, you can always lift up a little bit and turn it so it goes lower. Or if it's not enough, you can turn it so it goes higher. But there's also an option here, too. You could just do it without. Okay? And if you wanted to just do a little bit of bridge work without the block, put your heels into the mat and bring your arms down by your hips and you just kind of lift the front of the body up. Okay? And slowly let the spine return 1 vertebrae at a time down to the tailbone. And you inhale up. Okay? So you're still getting some of that strength. Pushing the shoulders flat, eyes are square to the sky. And just up and down. Okay? A little bit of love there. All right? Now if you've got that block underneath your hips and you wanted to do like legs up the wall, you could. I think I'm just going to skip the block and bring my legs straight up and do legs up the wall. And separate and coming into a V, lazy scissor kicks, anything like that. Okay? But it's playtime. All right? All right. Another 4 or 5 breaths. Make sure you're balanced. Make sure you're good. There's 2 more breaths. Start to bring the feet back down to the earth. Heels come down. We push the soles of the feet in. Lift up that bum if you need to and slide the block out from underneath. And what I want you to do is just gently bring the knees into your chest and let your fingers rest on the tops of the knees. Right on that shin area, maybe underneath. Kind of pulling them in. Rock side to side. Maybe find a little bit of a figure 8 with the hips. Right. And then gently pull yourself up into a ball. Doesn't have to be a tiny one, just one that pulls the shoulders and head up off the mat. And then whenever you're ready, my beautiful friends, slowly lower that back down. Slowly lower those feet down. And with any props that you need, underneath your knees, under your back, a blanket, go ahead and let yourself float down into your most deserved Shavasana. Let it go. Let it go. Channeling our inner Elsa. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth and let it go. Bigger breath in. Out through the mouth. Last one. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Enjoy your Shavasana. Angel of new life. An exciting new chapter of your life is about to unfold. The angel of new life is here to announce that a new chapter in your life is about to unfold. Over the coming days and weeks, you will begin to feel a sense of renewed clarity, purpose, and direction. New magical and exciting things begin to happen as you are intuitively guided to explore new adventures and possibilities in your life. Through this process, you will uncover aspects of yourself that you didn't know you had. Embrace this new and exciting period of your life and know that the past is now behind you. Your life is forever changing, and you are forever evolving to ever greater spheres of light and love through the wondrous spirit of creation. Enjoy the journey and all the blessings coming your way. Whenever you're ready, I want you to just gently start to move your fingers and feet. You don't have to come out of Shavasana just yet. You roll your ankles and flutter those toes and move the wrists and fingers. It's good. And then just gently move yourself over onto your favorite side. Let your hands rest under your shoulders. And press yourself up into a seated position, nice and easy. Let your legs be crossed long out in front of you. You choose. We take a big breath in. Let it go. And we inhale, bring those hands up high overhead. And exhale them in to our heart center. Namaste means the light in me honors the light in you. And I do. I honor the light, the love, beauty, the truth, kindness in you, because it's in me too. And with these things shared, there is nothing different or distant between us. We are the same, and thankfully one. From my very grateful heart to yours, namaste. Have a most awesome day. Thanks for being you, and thanks for being part of our tribe, our group, our connection, our energy, our love, everything. I appreciate you so, and I'll see you soon.